it's a question of feeling that you have, and that moment which we talk today many times about it, you know. Or there is a client of us coming to us and so me, Armin, there is a red milieu area in Vienna, in 14th district. That's the lady standing up at the street, and there is a train going close to this building. He told me, I buy a building which is really horrible, because the train goes and no one wants to buy under that area which the train and red milieu. What can I do? I told him the problem is red milieu and train. We make it red color and a train on the building, and we say to people, if you go now, you go inside. I make the feeling in the corridor like we make like the windows of a train with mirror, that the movement. I translate this the movement of that you go, you have the feeling that you are in train, you see the movement, always the color design of the train in our way of understanding, and then on the top is like this. If you go now to the Munich or to the west, to Paris or wherever you go with the train close to this building, and it was very interesting because he sell it. He sell this building, I think, 2 times or 3 times expensive than other buildings in the city, in the center. The ladies who buy this building, I told her, you have so much money you spend. I love it because I have. If you see also in this picture, it's again this line help us to give her some other feeling, which I don't know what it is today. I mean, I did it for me because of, but she saw some things that this line change her idea, and she got something, because I never want to live close to the trains way. You know, it's so a little bit hard to. And the another buildings, this is the neighborhood, we put it together. He came to me, I was in this building, wow, what a building, can you do something for us? And we start again to design for him some things, because I saw, okay, this is higher, it's going down, we have to translate it like flowing from here to these things, and that's the again the answer of us to this situation actually.
Do you dream to construct your own private house, not apartment, not have your idea, no, like Cabanon by Corbusier, like famous houses that architects projected and like dream.
I mean, of course, every architect who say no is lying. Everyone want to have to make it one day. I don't know, but I never say this is what I want, because every day, every month, every year you are in some feeling, some energy feeling, and at that time you think like that. Of course, I would love also to have or to make it, but I never thought actually about it. But I hope. I think also a lot about this environment. That why should I have such a, like 2,000, 1,000, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 when I can live in 100 or 200 square meter, very lucky. And so, I mean, there is a phrase in Farsi language. They say the guy who make this design this earlier time, it was the water always in some box. I don't know what the word in English is, that they put the water. Who make these things always drink from some broken he has never by himself, but I would love, of course, to have. But each client or each project, when someone comes to us,
step to your house.
Huh? This is
each project step to your
a step. There's another step. He comes and say, I want to have a villa. It's that we make just like thick, and we push it in there like that calligraphy again. You come and you push it way away, and you say, of course, the next model is easier to understand, and so they're living here, the children, and then living, and then from each corner you give this freedom. This is what I learned with 7.
Is realized?
We are going to realize it. That painting, you remember that this is the client is the lady which I paint her also. She was, I saw her and I saw her things, and it comes also from meeting her, and we designed that small houses actually. But every house is part of me. One day maybe, hopefully, I do that also for myself.
And I see that this environment not only for people, but also it's special place for your creativity. The models like your architecture, it's maybe general hero.
Yeah, I see. I love my children. I really love, like I'm a human being, and every human being loves the children. But when you go here through this in these other rooms, and so we have always like a standing all models which we make, and so it's like your children, If the lady comes who clean these things, sometimes it's falling some food and she put it away. It's like someone comes and push something your children. They say, no, please bring it back or clean it. You should fix it. If we don't need it anymore. Actually, we have to put it because we build it. It's finished, and so. But I can't push them away. It's like your child, like a story. Life is like a story, telling a story. This is our job, and this is also in the office when I work. It's like a story of my life, and it kept me also young actually, because I remember, for example, this project I made.
Tell me, it's a story when you was with client the same mentality, who trust you, and you did what you want.
The first project I won in the competition, and when they saw me, he told me, one of my old clients who saw me, he told me, I saw you, I'm definitely not giving him the project to make, even if you won, because he didn't saw me, and then we start to talk, and when I talk, I try to tell the stories of the project, and so he got in love with the story actually, which I told him. I show him a future that we couldn't see in that moment, but I show him this idea. How can it work? I mean, he liked it, the project, but he told me, how can he do that? But he trusts me. Now, of course, after many years, a lot of people call me. I was watching that project of you, and I asked for the architect, and I saw, wow, okay, this is. How did you make it? How can you give the permission? Because it's not allowed in this part of city. How did you do it? Can I order you? And of course, I do always some sketches, and I try to give part of my personality actually in each project. And this is which I go and I walk on that area, I watch the area, I send the people 24 hours sometimes.
How you realize you manifest here in your working professional space? It's realizing here, or it's different things?
I think in life you go to find something, one point. This point, geometrical point of view, actually is nothing, because there is no point. If you push your hand, I think there is some point which is not here, and I'm looking for this. And there is, you work like 20, 30, 50, 100 projects. Maybe from this 100 or 200 projects which we make, or 300 I think, or I don't know. I don't want to know that today. It's like 30, 35 to 40 we build. You can't say this is the end and I got it. You look for another one, look for this is what you don't say, what you can say what it is. I'm trying. And this is which I believe also, that I run for some things which is not finished. It's not finished, and I can't say that I celebrate now because it's that perfect one. No, I'm looking for something which I don't know where it is today, and I hope that I see a little bit some sense of that before I die.
And how is life for you here in Austria?
I mean, for someone who have a dark skin, dark hair is not easy in the West country. It's definitely. And I respect the Austrian. I'm an Austrian actually. I got Austrian nationality.
It was easy to receive citizenship?
It is not easy, of course, But I think my university, I got from because professor in university wrote letter to the major of city that is some guy that you have to please take him because he's like very good
and he's and what was the reaction of your family in Iran? Parents?
I didn't told them a lot about these things. I mean, I always told them because just in Iran, in the city which I grew up, or in this area which I grew up, the people are so thinking very small actually. And I told them that I'm in university. My uncle told to my mother, don't believe him. He says, I was finished with my school, university, and they invite me to New York, to which I had a lecture and I had a workshop and so. And I called my mother. Mom, if you call me to Austria, because it wasn't iPhone, and so if you call there, I'm not there. I'm in New York, and she told me, what are you doing in New York, in United States of America? Yeah, I said, yes. What are you doing there? I said, in the school I'm teaching. What? You told me that you are finished. I said, yes, Mom, I'm finished, but I do a workshop and teaching. No, wait. How can I never forget this sentence of her. How can someone be in foreign and from foreign going to the foreign countries again? It's not possible. How can it be? I say, Mom, it's possible. I'm right here. But I go back to Austria after finishing this workshop and say, but she said, okay. But later, 10 years later or 15 years later, the Iranian TV was making some documentary about my life. And she saw that and she called me on that evening, which they show in, 20 years I explained her what I'm doing, she told me, no, I believe you really finished your school, you study. No, you are not. I said, Mom, you didn't believe me in the last 20 years? And that was really, because, I told them, I wrote them, it was not email at that time, and so, but I wrote them, no one believed me actually, I think, and I didn't want to tell them. Now, of course, after that, you read, the newspaper wrote a lot, and then she goes, wow, yeah, then they trust, okay. Because the family members, they talk also, yes, he say, lot of people, and one other thing was very interesting because Iranian, Persian, they are very good, famous medical doctor, as you hear maybe also. It's a lot of medicine doctor. They are, yeah. And she told me I was meeting some family and some friends, and so they thought, where is your son? He's in Europe. Oh, what is doing? What he's doing? I said, he studied architecture. I said, what? He studied architecture? And they look like this. What is the problem? I say, not medicine, not doctor, he's not going to be a doctor.
In Austria, you try to, you spread a little bit Iranian culture, or it's your own, or you spread your person.
I think it's more person. Person who has the memories, who has a remembering of that time. Because I never had a book of these ornamental things to copy, and that time it was not internet when I study, when I make for internet comes in last 20 years. Very getting right.
What's your favorite music?
I love traditional, also Iranian traditional. It's traditional wherever, also in Russian. I like it. But I grew up with the Sting. Or I don't know, Cat Stevens, the 60 music from 60 years, 1960, 1969, all these things. The oldies actually, more or less. I'm a little bit old man now. I still love that old things.